Two things for critical thinking. First, you may want to see if you can figure out how to do the upcoming steps on your own. So view the finished video of the animation, try it, then watch my instructions. Make backup copies along the way, just in case something goes wrong. Second thing is I'm going to show you one more last time every single little step that I'm doing, and then I'm going to get away from that. So make sure you take good notes. All right, so we just moved the Y position. We have our text copied out to here. Go back to the page, and this is exactly the kind of stuff that there's no need for you to see me come in here, do my Command C to copy, go back out to Dreamweaver and paste. So in the future, I'll just quickly point it out to you that the new text is indeed there. Okay, and then just like before, we have 1 second of standing still with the F6. We go out another second with an F6, and this is where we actually want to animate the X and Y. An important point here, whenever you can copy previous frames, that's exactly what you should do. So we want to go from here back up to where we started. So what's actually smarter than putting this F6 here, and I'll just right click and select clear keyframe, so there's nothing there. We're going to actually go all the way back to the beginning, copy this frame. Now when you copy a frame, it's a two-step process. So you first click on it like I just did, and then you can put the cursor aside, come back, click, and drag. So what I'm trying to say is it has to first be selected before you can click and drag, and then we're going to drag that onto the 6-second spot. So now our instance of the symbol starts here, ends here. They're both instances of the symbol, but this one just happens to be in an identical location to where it was in the first frame because of that copy and paste. Then it's just a right click and a classic tween, so I won't have to show you that any longer. And then we extend our text to the frame after that occurs. Do our F6. All right, so pasted my text. Go out 1 second. And now we're going to do what the text says, and that is scale down. So from this to this. So on this frame, we'll click here to select what's on there. We'll go up to this free transform tool, hold down the shift key. So we just literally scale, we don't stretch, release the shift key, release the mouse. Insert our classic tween, extend our text, paste in the new text. Let me show you somewhat of a shortcut for pasting the text. Once you select this and click a couple times, usually you just end up selecting one word in there. You can do a Command A to select all, and then a Command V to paste what you had copied. Okay, moving on with an F6 and F6. And so now the name of the game is to do a scale up to this frame. So again, we'll click on that frame, select what's on it, grab this free transform, hold down the shift key, click and drag on a corner. And this time we'll go even bigger than the stage. And extend our text. Probably a great place to save, and probably a great place to do a sequential backup, just in case in the future things go bad. We can go back to this state where everything was working fine. So save as, take the same name and just add maybe B for backup and 1. And then if you keep naming that, the next one 2, 3, 4, and 5, eventually you'll have a whole bunch of files that you don't need, hopefully. But if you do, you can go back to the last one that worked great for you. I prefer to keep working on the file that has the correct name, not the one with the B1. So in that case, I would just close this down, do a file, open recent, and go back to that one. That one I know, that way I know that all the ones with the B next to them are just in case files, meaning they're just backups, but the properly named one should be the one that I take to completion and, if I were a student, turn in for my project grade. I have this super long description of what we're about to do, and I need to just go over here, grab the end of, oh, I do not want to do that. So grab it with this tool here. You don't want to use the free transform tool because that will squish the text. So we want to grab the regular tool here, and then we just want to get over to the corner of here and bring it in so that the text goes down to the next line. And what we're after is, after we scale way down and then scale way up, is we want to scale back to where we started. So that's what this tries to explain, is that in order to get where we want to go, after leaving this for 1 second, over here, we want to get all the way back to when things were normal. And it looks like that's our last normal keyframe. So again, click, then click and drag with the Option key held down to make a copy of that. And now we will be going from this huge version, this keyframe, to this keyframe. Okay, next bit of text, a click, a Command A, a Command V. About to do something that you should avoid at all costs, and that is squishing text. So as this says, we can scale non-uniformly, which is fine with just a symbol, some kind of a shape. But if it has text in it, it can look really bad doing this. So we'll extend this out before we do it. And what we're gonna do something a little bit different here. We're gonna do back-to-back animations. So I'm gonna put my F6 in here, and then what I'm gonna do is show a squish this way. So using that free transform again, and then I'm gonna go out another second, do an F6, and I'm gonna stretch it this way. So both of these are going to animate, and a little time saver here is if you have back-to-back animations, normally you just click in between the two keyframes and right-click and select it, but we can also click here, hold down the Shift key, click here, and we have this whole area selected. Now right-click, and if we select Create Classic Tween, it puts them across both spans. Now what we want to do is come out one more second, and then we're gonna try to get back to normal from this keyframe to a keyframe here. But as we've learned, rather than do an F6, let's go back to the last place that it was normal and click to select, hold down the Option key, click and drag, and place that where we want it. So now when we do our animation, from there to there, we end up back to perfection. And then we just need to catch up with our text here. So go to 1 frame after all the activity, put in our F6, and then we just need to copy that next section in here. And that seems like a pretty good place to preview. Command return. And then also to do a save as, call that one B2. Go back to the original named version you had, and we'll continue from there in the next video.